Namaskaram friends. So in today's video I am going to talk about life and try to open its other dimension. So today I am going to talk about health sector, a very important dimension in the life of the human being, in the life of the animals. Because health means what? You keep your physical, mental, energy, emotional and bliss body in such a state that whatever you want to do in your life, you do in a very seamless way. That means very less obstacle, very less friction happen in your life. So why health sector is very important? Because in USA, more than, you can say, what is the GDP of India, that amount of money is spent on the health sector. COVID-19 give us an example of how keeping our physical mental body is very important in this pandemic. Many people loses their life. In terms of drug sector, they are prospering because people are not healthy, and if people are not healthy, then many other work are impacted in a very negative way. That's why I choose this topic, health sector. So in health sector we are 8 billion people. First I talk about human beings and then I go forward to for other life forms. So in terms of human being, we are 8 billion people spreading in 193 UN recognized country, and health is a requirement of each and every human being. There are methods, technology, with the help of that we make our physical and mental body on a good state, and in that manner less burden are going on to the government or private organization. If people keep their physical body, mental body in a good state through yoga, through meditation, through sadhana, through different practices, that means they are less dependent on medicine. When they are less dependent on medicine, then there are less cutting off, less destruction of environment, because for making medicine raw material is come out from the environment, and through that, for that raw material, people, you can say, many people employ in this sector just for growing, you can say, raw material for the medicine, and it is negatively impacting from its beginning to its end. First we produce, you can say, grow crops which are useful for medicine, then many people employ in transportation, this and that, and then we make that medicine, and then we use that medicine for our well-being. It is good if we use it for the opening different dimension of mind, but we use it for curing our disease, which is very much easily cured by other methods. That means there are n different types of method. We choose those methods which is very difficult for you as well as for the service provider. For example, let's say through yoga, through meditation, through yogic practices, more number of people, more than 80% of people cure their problem. 20% is like for accident, for unfortunate activity, or for emergency situation. Healthcare activity is needed for not for the large chunk of population. Nowadays wherever you go, you can say 3 in the 5 number of people, whatever let's say we have 8 billion population, so 6 billion population are dependent. I may be wrongly predicted, but you can say approximately 7 billion people are dependent on medicine. Some medicine are required like vaccine, some medicine for, let's say, accident happen, or let's say we cut our hand, or our, you can say, our leg, or let's say unfortunate activity which is we are not, you can say, which is not in our hand. Things which are not in our hand is not our responsibility, but things which is in our hand is completely our responsibility. So we have to first aware people, each and every, from childhood to adult to youngster to old age, everyone, that whatever in your control, first perform your activity, first perform you. Many people say, do not wake up in the morning, do not go for exercises, then many disease happening in their body, then they take medication, and after that their body may be, you can say, feeling good, but as time passes their mechanism is deteriorating on a very bad manner. So we have to first keep whatever our responsibility, we first fulfill our responsibility. It is the responsibility of the human being to keep their mechanism in a good state, and more than 90% of people do not, you can say, fulfill their responsibility. That's why these many types of problem are coming up in this whole world. Health sector, many people are employed, from nurses to doctor to infrastructure to medical store, many people are employed. We reduce it to from 90% to 10% because this is the actual number. Only 10% people dependent on it, not, and it is not also you can say voluntarily, no, accident. If situation which is not in your control, like accident happen, you can say things which are not in our control, automatic any pandemic is spread, but it is also in our control if we understand nature, pay attention on each and every activity of nature, aware each and every people in whichever region he or she live. We are capable of controlling more than 90% of the problem which is happening within our body, because what is happening in our outside situation is first happening within. So if we cure what is happening within, then all the problem related to health, all the problem related to mental health, all the problem related to physical health and things which are going on in the whole body is automatically solved. Because if people are healthy physically, mentally, energy, emotionally, bliss wise, then whatever activity they do, currently whatever activity performed by the human being is for the well-being of the humanity. If you are not in a good state, if you are not living a good life, how you can show the gift of this to other people? It is not possible. First of all, you keep your mechanism in a good state, you feel joyful, happier and blissful, then spread this knowledge, this gift to the other people. And it is very required, because as a human being we are the most sophisticated species on planet Earth. In terms of our mental, physical, in terms of our cells, they are multicellular, very complex in their structure, they very complex in their functioning. So we have to first understand what is happening within ourselves, within our body. In an adult human being there are more than 37 trillion cells, and each and every cells have their own functioning. That means to understanding just one cell in its entirety take your lifetime. So it is very important that many people, we are 8 billion people, many responsible and many conscious human beings invest their time, their resources on understanding the human mechanism, on understanding the nature of the creation, and spread this knowledge to each and every human being in whichever way possible. That means whatever it required, either private organization, government, NGOs, social activists, other volunteers, participate in it and spread this knowledge in the whole world, so that each and every human being solve their problem with the help of these tools. And it is very much required. This is the actual service to the humanity, not by profession of, you can say, doctor, not by profession of engineer, not by profession of philosophy, not by the profession of, you can say, teacher or whatever it is. Your first profession is whatever you know, spread this knowledge. First experiment on your body, experiment some people, not negatively hampering, and if it work on you and other group of people, then spread this knowledge in the whole world. And this type of activity is going on in the whole world. When new vaccine, when new drug came, people trial it on the many people, first on animal, then on a human being, and then this drug is approved on medical association on different country, on UN level, and then that medicine is spread in the whole part of the world, like HIV, like AIDS, like TB, like many other, like COVID-19, SARS, many other diseases are tackle with it, like pneumonia. So see, every atom in this creation is very much connected with each other. So if any disease is spread in any part of the world, so it not rapidly but slowly it is spread in the whole part of the world. And nowadays globalization is so much common that people travel from that country to that country, that continent to that continent. So if any disease is spread in one part of the world, so through travel, through tourism, this activity or this disease is spread in the whole part of the world in a, you can say, in a week or in a month, because globalization is so much common nowadays. So what is the purpose of recording this lecture? Purpose is we have to first, as a human being, come together, collect the problem related to human mechanism. Some people collecting the problem, some people try to you can say evolve, you can say find medicine out of it, and some people, you can say, spread this knowledge. So collecting the problem, solving the problem, and spreading the solution, these are three core pillars on which we, if we implement our program or policy, whatever it is, then we solve the problem. And we also have to understand, not spirituality, not philosophically, what we are. from which material we are made up of, because what we do, whatever activity we do is completely depend on our state of mind, in which state we are at that point of time. So it is very important that first of all we understand our mechanism internally, externally, in terms of activity, what types of problem are prevalent in this situation, not what is happening in the future, not what is happened in the past, no, what is happening in the current. We take knowledge from the past, use it on present situation, and you can say make a policy and program for the future generation. But first of all we have to understand the problem, rectify the problem, and then make tools, technology, policies to solve this problem for current generation as well as for the future generation. So health sector is very important. When you visit any you can say medical hospital, just see the condition of people, just see the condition of people. Many, you can say, you just like they are not knowing the tool, and either they knowing the tool, they do not apply on their body through, you can say, laziness, or through by not fulfilling their responsibility. More number of people, from childbirth to life to death, from many disease, eye disease, heart disease, lung disease, you can say fracture of hand, fracture of leg, fracture of, you can say, mental health. There are many problems. Accident happen, you can say fracture our hand, our nose, our legs, and many parts of our body. And accident happen, it is not natural that accident happen. If you are, your mind, let's say on a road 10 million people driving, so if each and every people in a good state and they driving in a sensible manner, and there is some policing program and guidelines for traffic rules, then there is very less chance of accident, because we drive, no, it is in our hand how we drive fast, we drive very harsh, or we drive very smoothly, and on which road which types of driving is required. If there is highway, you cross your speed limit. If there is a, you can say, in a marketplace where many people do their day-to-day activity, then you slow down your speed. That means first understand the mystery of the nature, then understand your mechanism, because either you driving, either you cooking, either you making a movie, either you singing, either you studying, whatever activity you do, it is completely depend on your state of mind. And in terms of medication, nowadays more than 60% of people are dependent on alcohol, and alcohol, on cigarette, and on sex, and these on money. And these 4 and 5 activities are very much common in not 50-60%, more than 80% of the people. Whichever movie you see, whichever documentary you see, whichever web series you see, in every drug, alcohol, cigarette, sex, and money, these 5 things are very much common, like they are like a part of their life. But it is not true. All these 5 are impacting your body in a very negative manner. In terms of sex, when you, let's say, involved, you can say you make physical relation with more than, let's say, more than 1 people, or more than 2 people, or let's say 5 people, then your memory is recording the data of all those 5 people, and all the time you have to take a decision to either this is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong, or all types of data related to your sexual activity, related to your communication, are stored in your mind. And it is not good for your body, because your body try to keep only that amount of data which is very required and which is very essential for life. You love all the people, but try to make or do not make physical relation with more than 1 number of people, because it is very harmfully, very negatively impacting your mechanism. It is not for pleasure, it is not for this and that, no, it is first and foremost important thing in your life is keep your mechanism in a good state. Either in terms of money is required, but people nowadays kill people, destroy establishment, and do very, you can say, unsocial activity for collecting money. And what at the end, what they do, whatever money is required for living a good life for yourself as well as for your surrounding and for the whole world is needed. But when people indulge in collecting money, then corruption activity came, then other non-actor, non you can say state actor activity came, and it again negatively impact your mind, because all the time you are thinking about money, all the time you are thinking about sex, all the time you are thinking about alcohol, cigarette and drugs, and it is not good for a mechanism. Because whatever activity you do, whatever, let's say you are a billionaire, millionaire, what you do, what with the help of money, what you want to do to live a good full-fledged life? You go for travel, you go for movies, you go for eating, you go for meeting. Everything is for a well full-fledged life, for yourself, for your family, for your society, for your community, for your nation, and for the whole world. So we have to first point out what is good for our health, what is good for our health. For different age group, different rule, regulation, law, prescription is required, and it is very required that few, you can say some group of people solely dedicate their life, their time for the serving of the humanity. And we, at the same time, it is not possible that we make every humanity to follow these rules, because many people, because each and every human being is unique. If they understand, they follow that, it is possible that each and every human being follow some rule and regulations, so that they as well as their community live a good full-fledged life. But many people do not try to understand, do not try to pay attention, do not try to, you can say, they also do not want their mechanism in a good state. And also the concept of union is very much lacking in most of the people. So if the concept of union, the concept of belonging, the concept of individuality, the concept of spirituality, philosophy, you can say embedded in the humanity, then most of the problem is not solved. And the one and only solution for most of the problem is union. You are connected with each and every atom, and first of all, you have the responsibility to keep your mechanism in a good state. If you do not fulfill your responsibility, many problems occur. Second, union. Keep your mechanism in a good state and then spread this knowledge to the whole humanity. Third one is, on a daily basis, try to indulge in innovation, in evolution process, so that on daily basis you find or you open different dimension of life. Fourth one, you can say destroy discrimination. Each and every life, each and every animate, each and every atom have their role and have their unique role. We have the responsibility to understand their uniqueness, and after that we associate each and everything into one. Okay, so the solution of everything is not, problem is health sector, but its solution is spirituality. Know yourself, experience whatever going on in this whole world, create that type of atmosphere for all the life form, for all the animate and inanimate object. Everything done by the creator is very beautiful, very fantastic, very sophisticated. Only problem is in the mind of the human being. If we just solve this problem, all other problems are automatically gone. Nowadays, psychiatrics, physical problems, mental problem, emotional problem, everything nowadays which are of good, which are of faculty to enhance ourselves, to solve our problem, now they are acting against us. If your mechanism acting against us, there is no other person, people or tool in the world which solve your problem. No, first of all you have to understand your mechanism. Each and every cellular of body, you are in itself, you are a company, and 37 trillion employee in you on the name of cells working in your body. That means if you are not keeping your mechanism a good state, that means you are not a good CEO of any company. Each and every human being is a CEO of a company which employ 37 trillion population. And if each and every humanity done this job in a great manner, and after this perform activity what is required in the world, in the outside world, then in a very less time we are solving this problem. Okay, so spirituality is very much needed, because we are made up of the 5 elements of existence: air, water, soil, fire, space. So first of all, nature provided this free of cost and in a very good manner, in a very healthier manner, but we destroy it. We polluted air, we polluted soil, we polluted water, we polluted space, we polluted fire. So we have to first stop this, understand this, understand each and every element, their role in our life, role of planets, galaxies in their life, role of physical, non-physical on their life, role of what is happening within ourselves, outside in our life. And then by attaining that knowledge, People who attend, we try to collaborate with them, and people who do not understand and do not, you can say, find the solution by himself, we teach them, help them, so that each and every human being live a good full-fledged life. Each and every atom in this creation, you can say, living their life in a full potential, and every atom thriving with joy, thriving with enthusiasm, and everything what is happening in this going on as per the law of the nature. So I hope you love this lecture, enjoy this lecture, and gain some perspective, some new dimension out of it. So namaskaram, thank you.